extra English practice. We're going to talk about gerunds and infinitives.
So exciting.
A gerund is a verb plus ing that acts like a noun. So, for example, swimming or dancing or being. And an infinitive is to plus the base form of the verb, which also acts like a noun, like to swim, to dance, to be.
Solid examples.
Thank you.
So sometimes gerunds and infinitives are used the same way. So we're going to talk about those first, and then we'll talk about some uses that are different. Both gerunds and infinitives can be used as the subject of a sentence. So for example, I could say, talking about grammar is so fun.
I'm having fun.
Yeah, that is a true statement from my perspective. Maybe not everybody. Or, so that was a gerund. I could also use the infinitive. So I could say, to talk about grammar is so fun. However, in English, it's more common if we're using the infinitive as subject to put the infinitive at the end of the sentence and put it in the place of the subject. So I could say, it is fun to talk about grammar.
That sounds more natural.
It does sound more natural. So that's the more common way. The other one's not wrong.
The other one's very grammatically accurate.
Grammatically accurate.
But kind of weird.
But kind of weird. You don't want to grammatically accurate. You want to be kind of weird. You don't want to be.
So gerunds and infinitives can also both be used as the object of a sentence. For example, I love traveling or I love to travel. They mean the same thing. You can mix them up.
This is the mix them up gerund infinitive dance to go with
Gerund
some other
infinitive,
dances we've made up.
We are
We
dancing.
love to make up dances.
Yes, we love making up dances.
Ooh.
Gerund or infinitive.
All right.
You're next.
No, you have a little more.
Oh, yeah. Certain verbs can be followed by gerunds or infinitives. And certain verbs can only be followed by gerunds or infinitives.
So those are the ways that are the same, but in some ways they're different. For example, a gerund can follow a preposition. So a gerund can act as an object of a preposition, which an infinitive can't do. So for example, I could say, she is worried about passing the test. Right? That's a common worry. But I couldn't say she is worried about to pass the test. No, that's wrong.
Can't say that.
Can't. So, Larissa, I want to know some things about you.
Ask me.
So I want to know, what is something you're excited about doing in the future?
I am excited about going to my sister-in-law's wedding.
Ooh, that is exciting.
Yeah, it's in a couple months.
Nice.
Yeah.
Where is it?
It's in Edmonton.
Oh,
So
a little distance.
that's a city which is about 5 hours by plane.
Yeah.
From where I live. But still in my country.
It's a big place over here. And what's something you are interested in doing?
I am interested in learning to cook really good Indian food.
Oh, how are you going to do that?
I don't know. I've tried just looking up stuff online and that hasn't really worked. So I think I need to find a nice, kind Indian person to teach me probably.
Someone help her out.
How about you? What are you excited about, Misha?
I'm excited about going to a new Thai restaurant next week with my friends in the city.
We talk a lot about food.
Well, I mean, why wouldn't we? It's the best thing in life.
And what are you interested in?
I'm interested in seeing the new exhibit at the art gallery.
What is it?
It's one of my favorite artists, Frida Kahlo.
Oh, interesting.
So I'm really excited.
Okay, another way you can use gerunds is after an expression. So, for example, an expression like can't stand or can't help are followed by gerunds. Can't stand means something that you hate, something you really don't want to do. Like, I can't stand...
She just takes too much joy in life. She can't think of anything.
And can't help means something that you just can't stop doing. You continue, even if you maybe don't want to. So I'm going to guess a couple of things about Misha right now. First, something that she can't stand. Misha, I think you can't stand being alone for an entire day.
Oh, no, I love being alone. I could be alone for an entire week, and I think I'd be fine.
A whole week?
I think so.
I could too. I don't
Yeah.
know why I thought you were the
I
opposite.
don't know either. We're very similar, you and I.
We are. Okay, and something you can't help doing. I think you can't help. Oh, I know. You can't help saying, "That's right." All the time.
I do say that all the time. I can't help it. I can't help saying that.
But I love it. I love it when you say it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yes.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Can we do that one more time?
Yes, plus I say that's right too much. I don't want to say it anymore. Yes. That's right. It's so tricky. Yeah, that's right. That's right. So. Oh, gosh. Okay, I'm going to guess the same things about you. So, something I think you can't stand doing is you can't stand being in really hot places.
This is true. Yeah, I can't stand it. No. Hate, dislike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and something you can't help doing, I think you can't help loving your children.
Oh, it's true. It's true.
Yeah, just automatic.
But that one I don't want to stop.
That's right, you don't want to stop it. Next, we're going to talk about the different uses of infinitives. So an infinitive can be used after a noun or a pronoun or an object in a sentence. So used after one of those things. So for example, I could say, the doctor told me to drink more water. Something like this. So to practice this one a little, I want to know, what are some things your parents asked you to do or told you to do when you were younger?
My parents told me to load and unload the dishwasher when I was young.
Yeah.
I don't mind loading the dishwasher, but I really hate unloading it. I don't know why.
I don't know either.
So my sister and I made a deal. I would do the one and she would do the other.
That's and you wanted the loading? That's when the dishes are dirty.
I know, it's weird. Yeah. I have a problem finishing tasks.
Well, great, good thing your sister's around.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
What about you, Misha? What did your parents ask you to do when you were young?
When I was a teenager, my parents always asked me to call if I was coming home late so that they wouldn't have to worry.
I thought you were going to say, turn down the music. They asked me to turn down the music.
No, I was a pretty quiet, boring teenager, to be honest.
You like to be alone and quiet.
Exactly. Larissa, what's something you ask or tell your kids to do?
I tell them to be kind.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's really important to me that they... I would like it if they did the dishes and made their beds and these things, but more important is that they are kind.
And they are kind. I've met them. They're very sweet kids.
They're lovely. So one more use of infinitives is that infinitives can come after adjectives. So I'm thinking of adjectives like reluctant or prepared or eager. For example, I am always happy, adjective, to see you, Misha.
Oh, that's so nice. I'm always happy to see you too.
Thank you.
Another example is the adjective likely. So I could say, I am likely to laugh when we make mistakes.
You can almost say, I am guaranteed to laugh when we make mistakes.
Or really anytime. I'm just likely to laugh.
Likely to laugh, yeah.
So, in summary, gerunds can be used as the subject of a sentence, as the object of a sentence, after a preposition or after an expression. And infinitives can be used as the object of a sentence, as the subject of a sentence, after a noun, pronoun, or object, and after an adjective.
So easy.
So easy. You got this.
Extra English practice.
But not after borrow.
That's right.
That's right. It's contagious.